Thanks for joining us today on HXGN TV. I'm your host, Kyle Phelan, and today we are discussing how portable metrology is shaping new markets. I'm joined by Joel Martin, Laser Tracker Product Line Manager from Hexagon Manufacturing Intelligence, and Will Austin, Founder and President of WL3 Solutions. Guys, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having us, Kyle.
So Joel, I'm going to kick it off with you first. Hexagon offers a suite of world-class portable metrology products, all capable of unique applications in a variety of industries. Traditionally, we see these products in the automotive and aerospace sectors, but what is it that makes these products so successful in those industries?
Yeah, that's a good question. If you look at some of our products, and I'll talk a little bit on the laser tracker side of the business, they started out as a large-scale precision measurement device. And when you're looking for homes for these devices, aerospace and the automotive industries are natural fits, right? Mm-hmm. Bringing those products into other industries and branching them into different areas requires them to be more portable, more flexible, more usable, easier to operate. In the beginning portions of these stages, the products were a little bit less than that. And it's taken some years to get the developments to the point where not just aerospace and automotive use them, but many of the other industries are now finding benefit in them as well.
Will, can you tell us a little about WL3 Solutions and the markets you serve?
Yeah, sure, Kyle. So WL3 Solutions is a company that specializes in solutions for 3D challenges. So, I mean, it's kind of what really Hexagon's wrapped around is solving 3D problems, right? We work in many segments, all the standards like the aerospace, the maritime, construction, fabrication, heavy industry. However, some of those industries require really specialized or unique or creative solutions. And we really rely on that laser tracker brand that Hexagon has to solve those unique solutions.
And what industries do you serve that require those very specific, unique solutions that you mentioned?
You know, all of them require some unique solution, but when you look at ones like maritime, and even your construction nowadays, things are getting tighter, precision is much more of a requirement. Maritime's the big one for us. We do quite a bit in that. And you think about maritime, it's like, oh, you think aircraft carriers, cruise ships, cargo ships, but that really is only a small sector of it, and it goes down into combatant type aircraft, small high-speed vessels, recreational. The boat we might use at home actually utilizes metrology or laser trackers these days. So you have to be able to handle something that's 1,000 feet long to 20 feet long. And the laser tracker suite, like the 960, allows us to tackle that and basically say yes to any of those challenges that we may occur.
And how do you utilize the laser tracker product line for your solutions?
Well, to expand on that previous question, again, we use the 403, which is extremely portable, which we rely on. That's kind of our workhorse. We can take it outside easily, battery powered, wireless. And when you work outside, power is very hard to come by. You think it might be easy to get, right, but oftentimes that really is the struggle. So combine, not to quote specs, but we can run almost a whole day on battery power, not have to worry about those requirements, don't have to worry about it getting wet, dirty, there's no issues, right? But then the 960 is our flexible, that's our yes tool in a way. There's nothing we can't handle with that. It's 3 instruments in one. We can do laser tracker operations, all on battery, wirelessly. We can use a T-probe to get those hard to reach areas, do layoff work, and then we can turn around and do scanning with the same piece of equipment. So all of our guys, when you think about it, we're just taking one thing to go solve a problem.
Joel, it seems coincidental that many of the items Will just listed are what you state separate the Leica Absolute Tracker for aerospace and automotive. Why is this?
So if you look at all of these industries, so you can go back to our traditionals, the aerospace and automotive where we started, and all the way out to some of the stuff that Will has talked about in the maritime and even construction side. The fundamental usabilities of the product is really what drives how it can be applied into those industries. So a lot of the things that Will just mentioned, battery operation, IP54 certification, the ability to get this thing out in the sunlight, dirty and nasty, for a product that started its existence in shop floor and laboratory life to now live out in the construction environments, in the elements, has been the drive for us. And it's everything that we do in development of the product to make it so that when Will gets that question, can you do this? His natural answer is yes.
Will, you've mentioned maritime industry a few times here today. Can you give us an example of a creative solution?
Yeah, I mean, we look at the maritime and even maybe branch into the construction, but being able to do the traditional aerospace work that Joel was just talking about. We recently were working on a crew module for NASA, and then that following end of that week, we were measuring a world record speedboat. With the same set of tools that we're over here putting people in space with, we're over here measuring boats. And again, in the construction industry, they're really unique now because they're building things with such tight tolerances. So measuring concrete curbs for glass interfaces, to canopy structures, to things that you really wouldn't think you would measure. And again, having that flexibility to just basically take that one piece of equipment and handle any of those challenges is really a big part of our solution.
And how does an industry like railway, for instance, differ from that?
I might have to let Joel expand on that. We don't do a lot in the railway world yet. I think mainly because of our location and the industries we run in and where we're located. But
You look at railway and construction and balance that off of some of the maritime and aerospace stuff that Will was just talking about. Again, a lot of the needs are the same, and a lot of the entrance into that is the same. Where you said it at the beginning, creative solutions, and I think that's really what drives it, is being able to take a piece of technology that's designed for process A and bring it into something completely new and completely different. Railway, we talk about like the exterior of the wagons. Trains 50 years ago were carrying coal through random US cities, and now we've got high-speed rail in Europe and Japan, and even here in the US, where we're trying to push 300 kilometers an hour on a train. All of that changes how you manufacture a product.
Joel, what are some emerging technologies within portable metrology that you see these markets benefiting from?
Yeah, so I mean, Will talked about it a little bit as well. When we talk about the traditional 3D metrology and probing and using SMRs for the general purpose work that we've always done, I think the largest advancements, and I think Will would agree with me on this, is scanning. Is that the large point definition and being able to do huge surfaces. A product like the LAS XL, where it really sort of bridges that gap between the finite metrology world and the geospatial HDS terrestrial laser scanning world, where we've seen people using HDS or terrestrial laser scanners and really trying to get higher accuracies than what they're capable of, but there's nothing else out there that would do this work. So that's the development of products like the LAS XL, where we've got this 2-foot wide scan line and a 3-foot standoff to the scanner, where we can go into railway coaches and ship hulls and do these huge artifacts of scanning with point clouds that we've never been able to do before.
Well, guys.
I was going to add on to that. The one thing that I've found is we've done a lot of scanning. We've added scanners and then trackers together, but being able to do that large scanning and take that probe and pick up definition.
Absolutely.
Because you can't get everything with a scanner. That's the real world. Even though they might tell you can, but being able to take that probe is really helps.
Yeah, that's that 3-in-1 that Will talked about at the beginning. I mean, being able to have all of these tools in one toolbox where you don't necessarily just need a hammer or a screwdriver or a wrench. You're going to need each one. So being able to pull them as you need them, interface them correctly, and do the whole job with one toolkit, I think is really the benefit.
Well, thanks for joining me, guys. Appreciate
Excellent.
it.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks, Kyle.
We'd like to thank our guests, Joel Martin and Will Austin. For more on the Leica Laser Tracker product line and other portable metrology solutions, visit hexagonmi.com. To watch additional episodes of HXGN TV, log on to hxgnspotlight.com. Thanks for watching.